So, time to talk about why I make SML related content. A lot of people use this as a point to try and point out why I should quit. I mean, why should I continue? Why do I continue? Well, the answer is simple, yet complicated at the same time. The simple answer is because of how long I've been watching Logan's content. After nearly 10 years of watching, one does not simply get up and leave like that. It's the difference between watching something decline in quality after having watched for years versus watching for, say, a single year, if that. A good example is to compare this to Steven Universe, a show I quit in Season 4 with the episode Onion Gang. Why? Well, for starters, the show always had a harsh left slant which, despite how much it bothered me, I was able to get past kinda. With the two people who recommended the show to me, Rev and Flamey, saying it gets a lot better, I was willing to, at least for a little bit, look the other way on that political issue. But that was issue 1. But then there were how many of the episodes felt like filler. Okay, but I mean, hey, if the crew is on a regular schedule, then that's fine. I mean, some of the filler episodes will balance out with some of the plot-based episodes, right? But no, those episodes didn't balance out. I'd say out of all of the episodes, about 15% of them actually relate to something plot-driven, whereas the other 85% just are based on, Steven's running around doing something retarded again, woo, great. Also, the Steven Universe crew would take long hiatuses, most of which were of indeterminate length. And then they would super duper pinky promise to release episodes on a weekly schedule for a while, then they'd do it for a couple weeks, then go on a hiatus again. And usually these hiatuses were unannounced, so viewers were left in the dark. There were also the very distracting visual inconsistencies in many episodes. ER made a good video on many of these issues, as well as many more, which I highly suggest you all go watch. Just be forewarned that there might be some anti-Gemitism in there. But back on track, with all of these issues getting worse and worse and worse, and more annoying, eventually I said that if the next episode was another bad one, that I'd just flat out quit because I'd had quite enough. Said next episode happened to be Onion Gang. I watched it, said,
well, that was a load of shit,
and never looked back. And judging by some of the crazy garbage that occasionally manages to leak into my Twitter feed, I'd wager that not much has changed. And don't tell anyone I said this, but I feel as if Steven Universe is quite overrated just looking back on it. Something a lot of people didn't know, by the way, is that Rev used to watch the show as well. He quit a good month before I did. I'm usually more willing to give things some more chances compared to Rev, but eventually even I quit. But what does all of this have to do with SML? Well, unlike Steven Universe, I've been watching SML since 2008. Compared to the year I had watched Steven Universe, that's a long time. It all began when I was watching Super Mario 64 machinimas.
Well, you have a slight deformation.
dude. What the f***'s wrong with his head? No, that's funny.
And came across Logan's channel by happenstance. It made me laugh, and so I continued watching the videos he had uploaded. I eventually decided to make a mental note to keep checking up on this guy, since I, didn't have a YouTube account at that time. Since Logan didn't exactly have much of an upload schedule back then, I would just check in every month or so. Point is, I've seen Logan's channel grow throughout the years. It's been fun to watch, honestly. And what's more, he's gone from just a guy making cool YouTube videos to someone I looked up to, and now he's back on neutral ground for me, which, given where he's come from, is actually kinda a downgrade. He used to be my hero. That all being said, I'd say both from watching for so long, as well as having numerous streams with the guy, that I know his mannerisms fairly well. I kinda knew that he had a large ego, but at least back until his latest 1.5 million subscribers, he usually didn't let it cloud his better judgment, or let it go to his head. Most of the time. However, then he started realizing how many subscribers he had, and the fame went to his head. He thought he was above everybody else, and rightfully so. I mean, when you surround yourself with 10-year-old fans, 100% definitely mature fans, because after all, we know Logan's content is for mature audiences only.
My channel is not a kid channel. It's not meant for kids. My channel is for the same demographic that Family Guy or South Park or Robot Chicken.
Yeah, that you start to act like the people you surround yourself with. The vainful attitude of Chili, the ignorance of many Jeffy fans, etc. Logan now thinks that he's above everybody else, and, more importantly, above criticism because he has so many fans. But that type of mentality leads to short-lived fame. So why on earth do I continue? Because I know that at some point I'll finally get through to him. After all, Logan has finally started listening to myself and the other older fans after many months. And all it took was a massive age restriction crisis. Great! But of course I know that there are many people, most of which who simply pair the same old "Hi Logan" and "OMG, Jeffy is the funniest character ever" rhetoric that just say, "Stop, he's just a puppet channel. It's not like it's a professional TV show." While true that he isn't running a full TV show here, like it or not, this is Logan's full-time job. Also, what I criticize Logan for is also bad in any other form of media. Like having filler in a video, having a poorly executed plot, having bad jokes. These are things that shouldn't exist in any form of media. And if it does, it shows that there's a clear problem. My entire goal is to help Logan fix his channel and to review and discuss his content. The whole point is to help. I don't do this because I get off to criticizing Logan. That's not the case. But another talking point I hear is, "But Logan is being stressed out by you." Well, you see, I gave him a super easy way out of this. All he has to do is say he doesn't want me around anymore in a comment, and I'll be gone. But then I also hear this. Well, Logan is just ignoring you. So, question, how is it that I'm stressing him out if he isn't listening? You people have to pick something and stick with it. Also, one other thing I hear a lot is, "You said you'd stop being harsh towards Logan." Being harsh is different than criticizing his actions in an effort to help him improve. My behavior in the Game Night 7 reaction was harsh. I was not actually helping in any way, rather I was just going off and getting mad. That is different than criticizing him, where I say his actions are bad in an effort to help him improve, such as how I say he's being irresponsible with his finances. But let me make this simple for you. Logan's channel, should he choose not to listen, will crash. It nearly did a little while ago, and he seems to not have his finances down well either. So that means he'll lose everything. And thing is, Logan has never had a job that wasn't YouTube. Doesn't seem like a problem, until you realize he stopped going to college to pursue said YouTube career. If he fails now, he's got nothing. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. I've got to save that for another part. Point is, that's why I make SML content and refuse to quit. I hope my explanation has been satisfactory to you all. Oh, and one other thing. For those of you who hate the fact that I point out flaws Logan has, or in general just point out the truth, in this case SML, but this also applies to politics, let me just say this. You can call me anything from an SML hater to an evil racist Nazi, or anywhere in between, but the truth does not care about feelings. When I'm telling the truth, I don't care about your feelings. I care about the truth above all. I'm willing to debate you in the hopes of finding the truth, such as with the Chili Theory video, but if you're going to resort to name calling, I'm sorry, I don't care, and clearly if you're resorting to name calling, then you shouldn't be here anyways. Again, the truth above all.